This is called the siphon. So I'll demonstrate this equipment and show you how interactive it is to make a cup of coffee. So ideally we need to start with 500 ml of water according to my ratio, as I'll explain to you later. And we pour this water into this glass flask here. This glass has been designed to maintain or to contain high temperatures. So now I've dropped my flame on the water and it's going to boil. These come in different sizes. There are smaller sizes, which are for 1 cup, 1.5 cups, and then medium sizes like this one, which can take up to 3 cups, and then bigger sizes. So it depends on how you want to make your coffee, and all these are already available on the market. So we shall keep this here as this is the hopper. If you can access a grinder or try to grind at home, there are many small grinders which are portable. Some of them are travel grinders. You can just put it in a bag and go with it wherever you can to make a decent cup of coffee. But for this case, if you can have a grinder, coffee is always fresher if you grind it on demand. However, it's always good to have very good storage for your coffee, that you can preserve it with preserving all the temperatures. Now, as the water boils, you'll see that it starts percolating and it rises to the hopper, which side is where our brewing and chemistry of the coffee is going to take place. Now we shall put 2 tablespoons, a tablespoon. We shall put 2 of them, which are equivalent to 14 grams of coffee for this recipe. However, if you want to have a more intense cup of coffee, feel free to put in a little bit more coffee, and our coffee is ready to serve. Just to homogenize it, we always swirl it up a bit.
My name is Awori Patricia and I'm the current Inter-University Barista Champion. Today I'm going to be taking you through an advanced way of making coffee, and that is using an espresso machine that is usually done in the various coffee shops or cafes that we visit worldwide. So this is where we put our coffee. And unlike for our previous brewing methods, for the espresso machine, we usually have a grinder because we make the coffee on demand. We do not make the coffee and keep it aside. That is why we have coffee beans that we keep in our grinder. We evenly distribute the coffee for an even extraction, and an espresso machine works under pressure. That is why we tamp so as to apply pressure. An espresso is brewed for approximately 25 to 30 seconds, which is less time compared to the filter coffees. And also for the espresso, we have a single shot and a double shot. So a single shot is about 30 ml and a double shot is 60 ml. But today we are looking at the single shot. That is why we are using these standard cups. And for a perfect cup of espresso, it usually has a golden brown layer on top. So we are now going to be looking at our first espresso-based beverage, which is the Americano. An Americano is usually hot water and you already made espresso. So depending on your vessel, if at all the vessel is smaller, you can usually have the espresso extracted over the hot water. But for our vessel today, we shall have our espresso and pour it gently over the hot water. So this is our first set of beverages from my espresso machine. We are going to be having my other colleague taking you through are the espresso-based beverages?
My name is Ochen Simon Eidodo. I am the National Barista Champion for 2017. I'm going to take you through how to make different espresso-based beverages. This time we're going to focus on cappuccino, spiced cappuccino, mocha, latte, and even flavored espresso-based beverages. So for us to do these beverages well, the recipe, all these beverages have got different recipes. For example, we have cappuccino, having a recipe of espresso, which is the best. And then with some froth, a lot of froth, but little milk. And then complemented that with that beautiful latte art. I'm sure some of you have gone to many coffee shops and I've seen people drinking coffee with very great latte art. So for us, like the way the chefs do also, presentation, having the best art in their plates, we also have the best art in our cups. So I'm starting with a cappuccino like I described before. Then I will take you through the spiced cappuccino. Spiced cappuccino is going to have the same recipe, espresso, milk, and then more froth, complemented with a spice. This time we are going to use cinnamon spice. Okay, so we have our cappuccino right over here. And then the cinnamon cappuccino, we just give some hint of cinnamon. So while frothing the milk for these beverages, it's always very important to understand how to make the froth. Because without a nice froth, you cannot do a good art. So we come here with our cinnamon cappuccino. So we have different kinds of spices, but for today, we are only using cinnamon. So our next drink is going to be a latte. So latte is basically still, we're going to use the base, which is espresso, together with a lot of milk, but little froth. This time we're going to change the vessel to this fancy kind of glass, because we want to see the beauty of coffee, which is the espresso complemented together with the milk, and some little froth, and some art. So for you to have the best flavors in this coffee, like my colleague said before, it's very important to have a very good extraction of your espresso. Our next drink is going to be a mocha. Mocha is basically has got a recipe of espresso, and then some chocolate, and then again more milk and less froth. So we have our espresso right here. I always like calling it liquid gold. And then our espresso. Please, if you can still give some art in the glass, you can stain it with some chocolate. Please, when you're doing this, you have to make sure that the coffee is able to work together with the chocolate. It should be balancing. It should not be overpowering the other. So the coffee has to be together, balancing together with the chocolate, so that you can have that complexion of taste. Like the steam word. All right, here we go. Chocolate, some espresso, and now we are putting in our milk.